Hello, everyone. I wanted to just come on and give you some information that I had just come across that I thought may be of interest and an update. It is Christmas Eve. I know a lot of people are very busy, and there's a little bit of information that I've had people texting and, that I have been talking to about this missing young man. And the latest developments is video that was released of the stepfather who is quote unquote actively searching for Sebastian Rogers in the wooded area nearby his last known sighting, according to the TVI website. Sebastian, as you can see, I'm just gonna give a brief update because there's so many new people following the case, and then I will show you some of the clips that we have been given today of Chris Proudfoot searching with a team. I'm not sure if they're friends or volunteers, but they are content creators that are using spirit boxes now. So Sebastian Rogers was 15 when he disappeared on February 25th. I'm sorry, it's actually February 26th of 2024. The FBI is offering a reward of $50,000 for information leading to the whereabouts of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. This is from their website. It says that he has ties to Clarksville, in that he was last seen February 26, 2024, in the area of Stafford Court in Hendersonville, Tennessee. He was wearing a black sweatshirt, black sweatpants, and black square-framed glasses. Sebastian has medical conditions, including autism, that may impair his ability to return safely without assistance. If you have any information concerning the whereabouts of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, please contact the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, 615-451-3838, or the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, and that is 1-800-TBI-FIND. They also have an email address, and this is the website, and then it says you can contact your local FBI office, and you can submit a tip online if you need to. So there it is from their website. Sebastian and the missing flyer. Dog the Bounty Hunter has also come out, over the last certain amount of time, like 3 or 4 months, I think. So he came out and he's also saying that they will be giving a reward up to $250,000. Now, that is a totally separate scenario, but it does say that they will be doing that up to $250,000. So that's another part of this that I know a lot of people have been confused about. And so some of the newest updates, let me just give you my social media disclaimer. In this digital age, we engage in discussions about true crime, current events, and societal issues. The content shared here, including posts, comments, and discussions, consists of personal opinions, speculation, and open dialogue. This is not professional or any legal advice. We exercise our legal rights to free speech in the USA, engaging in open discourse on public matters. As you know, everybody, the public was asked to help share Sebastian. He is an active Amber Alert. And so a lot of us have decided that we would do the best we can with our voices and our platforms and social media to share Sebastian's story. This is for entertainment purposes only. We have to get the legalities all out of the way here because of the way that things are in this digital age. Our discussions may include sensitive topics, unsolved cases, and ongoing investigations. Please remember all content is for informational and discussion purposes only. Opinions expressed are not statements of fact. We encourage critical thinking and independent research. Always consult professionals for legal, medical, or personal advice. By engaging with our content, you acknowledge my disclaimer and that this disclaimer has been provided. We reserve the right to moderate discussions to maintain a respectful environment. So let's get that out of the way here. And I'm going to give you some latest updates from some of the information that I have found online. It says that obviously many people know that Sebastian is now 16. He had a birthday, or he turned 16 nearly 10 months after he disappeared from his Hendersonville home. The Amber Alert for him remains active, and authorities have emphasized that the investigation is still very much active, not to be considered a cold case. There have been some troubling distractions in the search for Sebastian, including an admission by a private investigator allegedly to be hired by Sebastian's mother, Katie Proudfoot, and stepfather, Christopher Proudfoot. SF Investigates is his handle on X. He has been accused now of allegedly withholding critical information in the case. This development has raised new concerns about the integrity of these search efforts. Search efforts are continuing despite the passage of time. Search efforts for Sebastian have not ceased. Dog the bounty hunter, Doreen Trapman, has been actively involved, and there have been reports of ongoing search operations with promises of big news regarding those potentially involved in hiding Sebastian. That's right. There's been these insinuations that there may be some big news in regards to people that could potentially be involved in hiding Sebastian. So there's other things about the images from the night before Sebastian was reported missing that have sparked some hope, and people had hoped that they were a lead. However, upon investigating, it seems that law enforcement has come out and made a public statement that the green hoodie from the Texas Roadhouse was really not anything at this time. They had released a statement. You can go look it up on social media. Community members are continuing, to do vigils and push for Sebastian's case to remain in the public eye. There's a call for advocacy to strengthen the child protection laws. I fully support this, especially in light of the allegations regarding Sebastian's treatment before his disappearance. I mean, there is a lot of people that are upset that any form of corporal punishment could be allowed with a special needs child. If a child has disabilities, and Sebastian has been said to have autism and the chromosomal deletion syndrome, hitting them with belts and things like that for not remembering to wear a belt. Oh, it's just these kind of things really have brought it to the forefront for a lot of people. What is going on, and how is this allowed to happen? So there's a lot of advocacy around, tightening up laws and policies and things of that nature to not allow things like that, including the speculation that there is over 5 CPS reports that had been made against the stepfather of Sebastian, with the allegations that there was a lot of abuse and people didn't believe Sebastian, and the stepfather saying something along the lines that even CPS agreed with him that Sebastian was lying and only trying to get him out of the home. These raised a lot of red flags. So, it's always kind of dumbfounded me why the parents were so confused with the public and how the public wasn't sticking to facts when 90% of everything has been because of what's been said on social media or the content creators that they have become so close with. When the content creators that you're sitting with court with, you're going to dinner with, you've become so close with, and I think they were close with before, some of them. I think they may have been related indirectly through marriage with one of their main influencing friends on social media, that they're coming out and they're always pushing this information. They're making it like they have all this inside knowledge, that kind of stuff, and calling into their shows. And, people have a mind and they do have intelligence of their own. So it's not hard when the public can see that they're being manipulated or they're being put on a wild goose chase. And it's unsettling when it comes to a missing child's case, right? There is a real missing child here, and it is up to all of us to ensure the protection of our most vulnerable. Children are our next generation, right? The children need to be protected. It takes a village. Isn't that what the saying always was? So that's why there's so many people that do have an opinion on this case. And it has not just been forgotten in any way, shape, or form. Whether you like somebody or you don't like somebody, you have Jennifer Coffendorfer, you have Dog the Bounty Hunter, News Nation, you have Vinnie Palatone. there's a lot of people that have been doing everything to keep Sebastian's name out there, because it is very hard for people to believe that a 15-year-old, for the first time ever, decides to leave their house in the middle of the night, is never spotted on any surveillance cameras, with no shoes, no money, no cell phone, nothing, and he is never seen again. So it's very hard for them to believe that stuff. Very hard. So that is the latest updates on all of that. And I just want to get into showing you the latest video that was released today by Stephen Crabtree. And he is one of the helpers in the Sebastian Rogers investigation, you know, for a lack of better words. He's out there, you know, searching in the woods, and it's very interesting, that whole thing with the people that... This was released earlier today. As you will see, Christopher Proudfoot is out searching. It says it was day 299. So that would be, I believe, on the 21st of December. And they are using spirit boxes, and they do discuss a couple sightings that they're alleging that there was sightings of Sebastian. Chris Proudfoot discusses. You will hear that. He also states about searching 100 yards from the road, and the retention pond was very, very deep. Very interesting discussion. So this might help people that are out there trying to search for Sebastian. This might give you some clues as to where you might want to look and redirect your efforts, as well as Stephen Crabtree discusses how he has noticed that there has been people there since he was there a few days ago. And he talks about ribbons that have been put up as well, and things that were moved around and cleared out that he said were not like that when he was just there a few days prior.
Why is it not? Oh, there we go. Yeah. So apparently the cave that they're talking about is like right here. And it said there was a fire. Does that mean cave? Three. There's something up there. Let's see it. When did they do this? This wasn't like this the other day. Yeah. I see why they questioned all this. This is giant rock formation. So he said on Cal Topo, says fire, cave, which is right here, which looks like it's right there. Secret little shit. Lock. Thank you. I know. Hey, come on. Wrench. Well, I'm looking over here. I'm gonna pull Cal Topo up. There's a baby cave.
So as you can hear, they're using the spirit boxes.
Wrench. Well, I'm looking over here. I'm gonna pull Cal Topo up. There's a baby cave. This property, but I don't want to make anybody mad. Wish I had everybody's numbers. Who's Buzz? Yeah. Cage. Desk. Why is that not? Oh, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, it's cool looking. I'll give it that. Hate to come down that some bitch at night.
This is discussions of searching maybe 100 yards from the road, hollowed out trees, as well as 2 sightings, and mocking how people haven't talked about them, allegedly. However, I am going based off of what I see from law enforcement, and it says that there's a $50,000 reward, and there's no release that he's ever been seen again since the date on the flyer and the Amber Alert. So I don't know why they would cause people to possibly misunderstand, misinterpret, and speculate, but it does give a little light on the off the records and why people may be confused, in my opinion.
Game over. It's just like a, yeah. Apartment complex laundry room. If he, I mean, dude, you're talking about, we looked at the map and it said it would take him an hour and a half just get to Knox Doss. Where on the map they show that there's a sighting of 3 days later of a young man wearing black pants, black shirt with glasses who's dirty. Yeah. Tell me why.
I want you to hear that again. And then, do you remember, if you're not new to the case, when it was a big deal to change that Sebastian was not wearing a black sweatshirt? Do you remember that? Isn't that interesting?
I mean, dude, you're talking about, we looked at the map and it said it would take him an hour and a half just get to Knox Doss. Where on the map they show that there's a sighting of 3 days later of a young man wearing black pants, black shirt with glasses who's dirty. Yeah. Tell me why nobody knows about that. That was found at an apartment complex laundry room. I didn't even hear about that one. Or if I did, y'all probably don't.
I say we go back around.
Yeah, follow this ridge, y'all. Yeah.
Interesting. Or if I did, this is what gives to speculation. And
yeah. Tell me why nobody knows about that. That was found at an apartment complex laundry room. I didn't even hear about that one. Or if I did, y'all probably don't.
I say we go back around.
Yeah, follow this ridge, y'all. Yeah. Good idea. Boy, that's a hell of a ledge, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you that. We just get steeper and steeper, not mistaken. Or, you notice, you got a ledge, a drop. One ledge drop. Well, I mean, here, eat it.
What the hell? That's a zip like that. A damn piece of paper. It's like something out of the damn Lion King. I was talking about that last night. It's like that damn movie, Land Before Time, I can't watch as an adult.
so I just find a lot of this interesting.
That Marley
Let me
and me
just
get you too, man.
fast forward over
Especially
to
little
this
animals.
part of it for you. And this is what I think is causing so many speculations, so many discussions like this. And people
Even
wonder
put it
why
in
it's
the
being
pocket.
discussed the way it is.
Dude, I'm telling you, I come back here.
It's thick too. Besides, straight drop off. I'm like, God.
It's like, oh, man, I don't see how some of this shit is even possible.
I do. Let me say this: I have a huge respect and please say this for law enforcement. Now I understand. Like I won't talk. Yeah, like some of this shit's pretty hardcore.
Almost made it. Woo! Saved it.
That's a good save. He said I'm still flexible. Dude, I slid all the way down that hill over there. My damn hand. I was like, shh. You good? Yeah. He said my growing's gonna suck. Dude, I racked myself in the gonads the other day. That sucked. Let's see. I went to step on a stick and damn thing like a shovel said shbang. I was like, oh god. Dude, it's like it took my breath and everything. I was like, touche. Oh shit. These days for law enforcement. Now I understand. Like I won't talk. Yeah. Like some of this shit's pretty hardcore.
Almost made it. Woo! Made it.
That was a good save. He said I'm still flexible. Dude, I slid all the way down that hill over there. My damn hand. I was like, shh. You good? Yeah. He said my growing's gonna suck. Dude, I racked myself in the gonads the other day. That sucked.
At home and wrapped up. I feel very confident with saying that Southside Wood area, it's cleared. Also, I was very pleased to see more ribbons out there. That tells me that they're actively still searching, that they're back out there doing it again. Because I almost certain about 4 days ago, I was over near the same area because I was wanting to go to the cave and I didn't see these ribbons, and I seen them today and I'm like, oh shit. So, okay, they've actually been out there in the last 4 days. So I don't know if that's for certain or if it's somebody else. Again, like I said, I don't see many other people searching. So I couldn't tell you. I do know that specifically certain colored ribbons are from certain departments. Like SAR uses a different color than law enforcement and so forth.
So anyway, I just wanted to go over those couple things and give a little bit of updates because I know that it is Christmas Eve and a lot of people are with their families, and just try to keep Sebastian's name out in the algorithm. And also just to remind everyone, that there is always a lot of kitchen table coffee talk, and we got to try to be mindful of what we're saying, when we're putting our thoughts out there into the public, because it can cause a lot of confusion and distractions. And keep sharing Sebastian's information. Keep praying. I pray. I'm a believer in Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, and I'm not a Bible thumper on other people, but it is my channel, so I am going to share about my situation as well, my personal thoughts. But, I think that it's important to keep his name out there and to also show all the new people coming in that there is a lot of reason that people do end up speculating and getting confused and getting, conflicted. And I understand why so many have called this a money-making circus. But this is just my thoughts and my opinions, as I stated earlier with my disclaimer for the channel. Be responsible, do your own research. Let me know what you think in the thoughts below. I have advice. I think everybody should be texting your contacts, Sebastian Rogers flyer, or any missing children that you feel, that have not enough attention. Like, I think when somebody goes missing, one of the best things you can do is text it to people I really do, because they will more likely open your text and read it and look at it and then ask you, oh, why are you sending this to me? So many people scroll by on social media, and there's so many that go missing. It's a shame, but that's why back in the day they put them on the back of milk cartons, because people would be reading them as they were eating cereal, right, or breakfast in the morning. But it's really sad. It really is. It's really sad because it's the holidays and it just makes you think. But there are a lot of ways that you can share information and try to raise awareness and attention for Sebastian and not pick a side. There should never be a side in anything. I've never seen anything like what's gone on online, but we all know that drama sells. And sadly, missing children and active investigations, I guess now in this new true crime era of drama and, social media and content and influencers and all of this, it's going to happen. So hopefully you can be responsible. I make mistakes. Oh boy, have I made mistakes. And all we can do is learn from them. But at the end of the day, this young man, he is out there somewhere. Somebody knows something. And there is a lot of of odd things that have gone on in his case and in his disappearance. So I do hope that he is found and that justice is served. And I am thinking of everyone that is going through their Christmases, missing a child or a loved one, because this is a very hard time of year for people. So with that being said, I am going to go. I need to get to the grocery store. It's getting late. I have to get stuff ready for my family. And thank you for coming by. Take care.